Hey y'all, welcome back to Mxdi. Right here. Today I'm going to be reading you guys the story times that you guys left in my server. If you guys want to leave your story times for me to review, make sure you guys join my Discord server, aka Maddie's Fall Fest, and then go to T and then leave your story times there. They can be long, short, and I prefer if you send them in text because they're easier to read. I'm going to go ahead and start with JoJo's. So today was a normal school day. We did all the normal things. So at around 5th hour, my Spanish class, they call all the freshmen down for picture day. So by now I'm with my friend, and then all of a sudden a bunch of cops pull up. We have one cop in the school already for security. Then the cops run inside the building, and more cops are coming at this point. And one cop is circling the school. So no one is being let back in to class yet. So they come out with this girl in handcuffs. She was cussing out the cops. Turns out she jumped a teacher and knocked her out with the Chromebook, all because she didn't want to get off FaceTime. That is wild. And she said, at first we thought someone had a gun or made a gun threat. That must have been terrifying. Oh my gosh. Okay, the next one we have is sent in by Evie. All voice recording story times will be at the end of the video. My story time. So this was a couple months ago. My ex-friend, now friend, and I were on our break time, and some classmates were playing cricket, and our headmaster was the match referee, and my friend and I decided to play as well. So while we were waiting by the barrier, the teams were uneven, so we had to switch. But before my friend and I switched, we wanted to get a drink of water. But the headmaster thought we were leaving, and when we were nearly there, he called us back. So we all had to walk all the way back, and he told us, you either play or you get expelled for not listening to me. So we had to play for another hour without water. What the heck? Bro, I would have been like, I'm just trying to get water. Like, I'm gonna pass out out here. Like, be so for real. This next one is sent in by Leah. This one's a pretty long one, so sit tight, grab your popcorn, and enjoy. I have a kind of short story time. It's not that good, but here's the first one that came to mind. So basically, it was the end of the gym, and our teacher, let's call her Mxdi, yelled at everyone to hand her the balls since we were packing up to go home. It was last period of the day, but some idiot threw the ball really hard at her, or I don't know where it was, like a while ago last year, and the teacher got really mad and said something along the lines of, catfish, I'm being for real, she always says this, who did that? And she got really mad, saying how it hurt really bad and she wanted to cry, and she kept lecturing us. But we were walking out inside, everyone started mocking her and laughing at her because she was saying, catfish my knee. And then she got really fed up because on top of people mocking her, no one admitted that they did it. So she started yelling and stuff, and until finally she let us go home. Then at home, I was snapping my friend, and she was saying how Mxdi sent her mom an email about it, saying she was crying about because of what her class did, and her mom started lecturing her and asking questions on who did it, and she ended up saying who it was, and I was nearly surprised on why Mxdi emailed her mom because my friend wasn't even near when it happened. A while later, my mom called my name and she started lecturing me about the email as well. I kept saying I didn't know who did it, etc., but she kept nagging me about it. Next day, at 4th period, Mxdi walked in and announced that everyone in her 8th period class would be going to health room instead of gym today, and everyone started whispering and stuff, getting worried. During 8th period, everyone sat down and Mxdi started lecturing us yet again and handed out worksheets for us to fill out for a whole perspective of what happened that day. And everyone started groaning until finally this kid, we'll call him Daniel finally admitted that he did it, and he already emailed Mxdi saying it was him. Mxdi was just mad because we were mocking her and laughing, so we all did that, and basically it all LOL. Moral of the story, don't throw balls at Mxdi. Oh my gosh, why did he not just own up before? Like, that got so many people in trouble. Oh my gosh. Okay, so apparently you guys have even more story times, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this next one. This one is sent in by Katie. Okay, story time. Wait, hold on, what's this? Okay, let me get back to this. Okay, so story time from when I was in 3rd grade. So I was friends with this girl. Let's call her Felicia. So I was really good friends with this girl, and I had a little talkable watch, and I could call my mom on it. So one day she said, I go to the park every day after school, and I said, oh, can I come today? And Felicia says, okay, just follow me. And I'm like, okay, let me just call my mom real quick. So I called my mom on the watch, and she said it was fine. So I told her to wait for me outside the bathroom so I could finish talking to my mom, and when I walked out, she wasn't there. So I went outside. Felicia wasn't outside, so I started walking to the park, and my teacher stopped me. Let's call her Miss Toe. So Miss Toe said, where are you going? And I said, the park. And she said, you don't have a walking pass. Like, I know, but my mom said I could go, and she's like, well, call your mom right now. And I called her up on my talkable watch, and my mom convinced it was okay. So after Miss Toe let me go, I started walking to the park, and I was there for a good 10 minutes looking for her everywhere, looking like a total loser. And I started walking home. While I was walking home, the car drives up to me and says, hey, little girl, do you need a ride? And I was about to burst into tears, and I said no. She's like, are you sure you don't want me to call your mom or something? I wasn't that stupid. Like, I wasn't trying to get kidnapped. You don't even know, like, she might have not get me trying to help me. But, like, my house was 5 miles away, so I walked 5 miles, and then my teacher saw me, like, when I was 8 minutes away from my house, and I was about to cross the really dangerous road, and thankfully she was there. But she crossed with me, and a dude almost ran us over, and he screamed to get out of the road, and I made it across the road safely with the teacher, thankfully. Right when I stopped at the sidewalk, I started calling my mom, telling next part coming. So I started calling my mom and explaining to her what happened while crying, and then when I got home and she got home, she had to talk with me, and I didn't really mind. But the teacher emailed my mom, and my mom emailed the teacher, and the next day Felicia walked up to me, and I totally ignored her, and she's like, why are you cranky? And I said, I can't be friends with you or us. I don't want us to be friends with you. And she's like, why? And I'm like, well, you put me in danger. And then she told Miss Toe that I didn't want to be friends with her, and Miss Toe agreed with me because the other teacher emailed her, and now I'm okay, because obviously, to tell you later, I'm still here, and this is why I hate Thursdays, because it's happened on a Thursday. Well,